slime to me?
Here we go.
Yeah, Phil Jackson Jr.
What's that? Who is that?
Phil Jackson was the
Lakers?
coach for the Lakers, and he was known for doing.
He's a racist.
No.
What? Look,
That's
We're not
fucked up.
thinking of someone else.
Yeah, probably. Because I mean, he was a coach,
he was a
championship
great
coach, so a bunch
but
of
the reason
Oh,
why
I'm thinking the
racist.
owner, maybe.
the reason why I'm calling
No.
you Phil Jackson like a weirdo is because you have me
You're thinking the owner
thinking
of the
about
Clippers.
my intentions holding this crystal, and Phil Jackson was like known for making the players do meditation and yoga. Like his
Oh,
practices,
that's good.
his practices were like in the 90s. A lot of people thought he was crazy, and like he forced them. And like one of the guys that was like what did he do? He helped like massage the players, the team.
Physical therapist?
Yeah, he was a PT. One of the teams, like physical therapist, he was talking about how Phil Jackson would sage people when they had like bad energies, and he's like, I must have had a lot of bad energies because he saged me a lot. And everybody's like, he was the only coach that ever did that. There's actually a really interesting documentary actually about him.
Where is this documentary available, Melania?
I fuck if I know. I watched it at Zach's house.
I'm gonna guess HBO.
So it's available at Zach's house if anyone
You
wants
guys
to
just go check out Zach's house.
See, that
my
shit works.
intention now, holding on
Because
to this crystal.
you lit that bundle that I made from what I grew at my house, and it smells really good.
And I need to relight it.
It was the first time it smelled really good, so because I think they really need to like dry out
Yeah.
for a while.
Of course.
I
And
want
like
one.
set.
Yeah,
I
That's
gave
the
you
plan.
one.
Wait,
That's what
didn't
you're
you give me
supposed to
little
do.
ones for that party and they're gone
No,
already?
they were here.
You didn't give me one.
Well,
Okay,
anyways,
we'll talk about this later.
welcome to Mature Adult Time, everyone.
I'm
Yeah,
still
welcome
working
to
on my
Mature Adult Time.
intentions.
Hey guys.
I'm Serafina Costanza. We're here with Melania, Mel C, Good Eric, and that's it. That's all we have here today.
Melania Mel C, Good Eric GE.
GE, and that's it. And me, Serafina Costanza. That's all we got here on the podcast.
I think you forgot about Arthur.
Oh yeah,
no.
Art Hernandez is here too. He has just
She's
lit up a
she's
pipe.
just beating the same dead bit.
Yeah. Oh shit. Speaking of dead bits,
Uh-oh.
last
Someone's got a
night
dead bit?
at the cinema bar. So you guys know that I run a late night Monday mic.
Everyone should come by. It's one of the funnest mics.
It's every
If you're an
Monday,
aspiring comedian or just love to laugh.
and it's it is what it is. We go from 11:30 to 2, and they're just Ian Russo was there, and he he
Shout
asked
out to Ian.
everybody.
I'm sure
Yeah,
he
shout out
watches
to Ian.
the Rooster.
I think he might does, but he asked everyone, or he didn't ask anyone. He just went up to everyone or everyone that came near him, and he said, "I'm a LA 8, right?
LA what?
8."
An 8.
He thinks he's an 8?
I think that's his
So-
joke.
That's what everyone's saying is like, you're a bit. He's like, it's not a bit. I'm serious. But it was a lot. So
I'm very, like, in looks, 8?
Sure.
that's the thing. We were talking to him, and it's not just a looks. It's a
Just an overall package?
yeah, it's personality, status.
Does he have like a trust fund or
Status?
something? Because that could raise you up really. Like, if you have like a fuck ton of money that's ready to go, that raises you up a little bit.
Does
That's what
it?
he said. He
Yeah.
said that status.
In status, yeah.
I mean,
This fool wasn't allowed to take a photo with me. He ain't got no status.
that was really funny at the glass at Glassjaw. That was it, Glassjaw.
Jawbreaker.
Jawbreaker at
Yeah.
Jawbreaker.
hey, Glassjaw's another band.
That's Jaws over
Yeah.
Jawbreaker. Anyways, so at Jawbreaker, we were at the Hollywood Palladium, and like Mel asked the security guard if we can go up on this platform to take a picture.
I actually asked him if I could, and then after he said yes, I was like, okay, my friends too.
Yeah. So we all get up there, and then Ian Russo gets up there too, and Mel's like, "No, not you. Get down. I don't want you in the picture. You
Mel
look
was like,
weird.
I don't know you.
You're getting the vibes weird or something like that." And she was dismissive, and it was very rude but funny. It was just like,
Yeah.
"Oh shit, is this happening? All right, well he'll take the picture then."
Yeah, he did. He did take
And it
the
worked
photo.
out.
It's a great picture too.
Teamwork makes the dream
It's
work.
a
Yeah.
great picture.
Yeah,
So-
shout out to Ian Russo.
Yeah,
Sorry, Ian.
Russo.
The rooster.
You know,
It
it's got to
was-
be a New York thing. I think
He's from New York.
Yeah.
No, he's from here.
100% New York.
He's in New York.
Is he?
He's a New Yorkian.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he said in his hometown he's a catch. And that he can get any girl, and then everyone was like, well, why'd you leave?
My
The
thing
dreams of
about
Hollywood.
if he's from New York, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. But I want to know why people from New York feel the need to always talk about New York when they're not in New York. It's happened a lot at the Cinema Bar, and the last time that it happened, this guy just wouldn't shut the fuck up about New York, and I don't understand it.
Well, I think it's like a complex thing where, I mean, all these songs, like everyone's always talked about how New York is like, it's one of the city hubs, and it's this amazing, great city. And it is like, it's a lot of fun. I've been there and it's great. But I think, being told that you're awesome all the time just breeds a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, and there is a lot of people who are like, oh, you're from New York? I love New York. So they have people think that I'm from New York all the time.
Well, you look
not.
and act like it.
I always thought you were.
You definitely smell like a jabroni.
Okay. All right. So, you called me a bully on stage last night. I was also called a bully.
I introduced
And I
Serafina as one of the best dudes I know.
I wasn't even. Oh God, I wasn't even like being mean last night. I was in a great mood. But so I got Starbucks for everybody today, and I ordered, and the lady goes, "Okay, sir, thank you." And I was like, "Yes." And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I mean, ma'am." I'm like, "I'm fine with sir."
No, right.
It's because I fucking
Can't take it back.
Even
Once you've been
through-
promoted.
even through the drive-through like speaker, she could tell that I had big dick personality.
Big day personality is what it's at.
Yeah.
That's good.
Serafina swings hard. She's a regular crotch Babe Ruth. A bambino of the old crotcherino. You know what I mean? Big dick swinger.
Yeah, that's me. I'm a big dick with a big dick.
Can confirm.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
I never like to
Anyway.
stand by her in the urinal.
So everyone last night also at the Cinema Bar, people were there, but they weren't really like laughing all that much because no one was really drinking because it's January.
It's January. How many? Did you get any new comedians yet? Any newbie brand new?
Yeah.
Nice.
We got this one guy whose name was Dan, and then in
Was.
parentheses, the man.
Is the
Dan-
Florida guy still coming around?
Dan the man. Coke.
Dan.
He's the shit.
I haven't seen Coke there
Sorry,
in
there's
a
so many.
minute.
There's so many Florida people. But when
The one that talks like this.
yeah, that's
That's
Coke,
Coke.
for sure. He's out there doing big things, baby.
Nice.
Yeah, but he came up and he talked about, like, I forget what it was, like sex shit. Oh, something about he's married and he has a kid now.
Dan the man's married with a kid?
Yeah, but he's like
Can't be
old. He's
Dan
like
the
in
man.
he's in his 60s, right? And he's not Dan, but it was in parentheses, and I guess he's from GC. And he didn't even do.
It's not even a
He
state.
probably did 2.5 minutes at best. But he was talking about how he's married and has a kid now, and so it's hard to.
60 and just had a kid?
Yeah, I mean it's a joke that it's hard to have like sex, So he's like having sex. He looked at the dog. The dog was neglected, so he fucked the dog too. But that was like the second part of the joke where he did something to the dog too. Yeah, it really wasn't funny. And then he talked about he has a 14-year-old niece, and then I was like, oh God, was he gonna say he fucked his niece too? But no, he didn't. He didn't say that. He did say he gave her a vibrator though. And I went up there, and everyone was just like dying laughing because it was like one of those, what the fuck just happened?
4
That would
syllables
not be
come to
funny.
mind.
That
Creepy
full-
pee-pee, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
I
I would not.
I'm not buying no
But
vibrators
then again,
for nieces.
this is an open
mic.
mic and people come to
Yeah.
test it there. I'm not saying you can't say it.
Yeah.
You just gotta think
He
about
had
it.
a friend with him. They
could
were
be
there.
funny. Was
They
he
were there
laughing?
the whole night. I mean, people were kind of
That's good.
chuckling.
You got to
and
experiment with things.
they
like,
were chuckling in a way like, oh, what?
I when I first started doing comedy, I used to say a joke about like I love dating girls who love giving head when they're on the phone. But then be careful what you wish for, because once I got one, every time I called her, I'd be like, why aren't you saying anything? Like, I don't know, it was like stupid. It was really bad and gross,
Wait, she would
It took
give
me
head
forever.
while she's talking on the phone?
Yeah, so I'd get mad whenever she called me. Who are you with? Like, it was dumb. It's a really bad, terrible joke. But it's like,
Yeah, but that's a terrible joke, but not a fucking.
I'm not talking about fucking a niece.
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
not talking about fucking buying little girls vibrators. Or
Incest
something.
is
Like,
just
what the
not my thing, man. I don't find it funny at all.
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking
was
fake
weird.
called
Even when
Rihanna
they-
my cousin, and the second we fucked, I decided that's never gonna happen again.
Yeah, dude, I'm
Please.
like,
That's not even real.
leave the hillbillies alone. Incest isn't a joke. Most of them don't even do that anymore. So, I gotta cut that. Let's end that. 2020, let's have perfect vision and end that discussion right now. Incest is for Game of Thrones and any other HBO shows that they feel appropriate to use it in.
But,
Other
okay.
than that.
And don't forget about Rudy Giuliani.
And Rudy Giuliani.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is he doing
God.
incest?
Yeah, he
Yeah, his-
married his first cousin.
His first
Oh, that's a
wife was his
first one.
cousin. Yeah.
First isn't even necessary to say. You know, that's just your cousin.
Yeah.
He just married his cousin.
Yeah.
First is unnecessary. Second, sure, you have to say that's a second cousin. Damn, I didn't even know that about him.
What?
That's those New Yorkians.
But isn't there a movie starring Elvis Presley that's called Kissing Cousins?
No, you're thinking of Great Balls of Fire, dude.
This is a cool life.
Jerry Lee
Jerry Lee
Lewis.
Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis married his niece too. Like she was like 14
Yeah,
or
no,
something. He was a white R. Kelly.
Look it up on the internet. I'm pretty sure there's a movie called Kissing Cousins.
With Elvis. So, yeah, first cousin. I don't even know. I guess if cousin's in the fucking phrase, I don't want to date him. I think that's right. You know, it could be the fourth cousin, but it's like you're still
You say
calling
it's
it a
a
cousin.
movie?
You know?
Yeah. You never know, though. You could accidentally be fucking a cousin out there.
There is a movie, 1964, with Elvis. Looks like.
Oh,
Thank you so
shit.
much.
That's why I
Kissing
don't-
Cousins.
That's why I don't bang people
Without
that
a
look like
G.
me or look like they could look like me.
Man, how scandalous! Kissing cousins without the G. That's
And
crazy.
they got the same. And so what? Both of these guys are kissing their cousins because they got the same hair colors.
No, oh wait,
I mean, when you
maybe
kiss your
it's,
cousin,
maybe it's
you've
2 like
already walked
brothers
the
getting
plank.
together with cousins.
See, that's okay.
Yeah, we don't
that's,
know.
That's totally cool. You know?
Yeah, because that's still not like bad. Let me do that math. A brother and a brother meet 2 cousins.
Yeah.
That's fucking legal.
Yeah,
in any
100%.
state.
You know
Any
what?
state.
That would,
100%. You don't even
that would
have
be
to ask.
really
Hey, on some
fun.
fucked up shit. My cousin told his little brother to watch his wife when he went to the States to provide for the family. His brother sure shit watched the wife and knocked her up too. So she's got
Oh, he watched
sister
her
daughters
hard.
or sister cousin daughters.
Sister.
Oh, so
cousin,
she
dog.
has.
Whoa.
Okay, let's break this down. She has kids from
2 brothers.
each of the brothers.
She got 2 daughters, one from each brother. So they're sister cousins.
Whoa.
Damn.
That's not gross at all.
And half sisters, like half sister cousins.
Half sister cousins.
Well, you know.
We're half
So
sisters.
wouldn't they even be half? Because it's technically
Half
the
cousin.
same genetics.
Listen, I have
you'd be
halves.
half.
I have halves in my thing. My older brothers we have different fathers, but I just call each other brothers unless I'm mad at them. Then they're half brothers. So like, you really only have to say the half of the feel like you don't really care for them. If you really care,
I call my sisters my dad's daughters.
Yeah, so you're just basically calling, you're calling them half with more syllables.
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't know. It was a wild time last night, but it was fun. I didn't stay the whole night.
How can you host the show and not stay the whole night?
JD finished it for me.
Aha.
He's a champion. JD's a closer.
He's
He's been coming over to watch football, and it's been amazing to just see him at work.
What do you mean by that? Like, what does JD do? And we're
He's a
talking
great
about
fan.
Toilet Bear, obviously. John Davenport.
Toilet Bear is he's a great someone who views. He gets really excited and mad.
He knows a lot about football.
Yeah,
Wait,
he's
was
always
he-
just like, I hate this and
was he
I love
rooting-
that. And,
Was he rooting for the 49ers?
Yeah, we were both kind of rooting for the 49ers until there was like a couple minutes where the Vikings looked like they might be able to make a comeback. And we both kind of jumped sides for a minute. We'd be like, a comeback would be cool,
Yeah, my husband said the same thing, but
you know. But
whatever.
he was definitely rooting hardcore against the
I
Packers.
like that JD calls me.
Against the Packers.
Yes. I like that JD calls me sweet Melania because I don't think a lot of people look at me and think sweet. So it's nice for
He
him.
calls you Sweet Melania.
well, he is a toilet bear, so.
Yeah, consider the source.
Yeah, you know.
Well, we were on a podcast together, and we're often on the road together, so buddy.
That's funny. JD's been a dick to me, but anyway.
Okay, because
Well,
you're
you
not
know.
a big dick.
Yeah. Because you're so easy to get along with, Fina.
Am I not?
Yeah, you are.
I think you're pretty easy to get along with.
Yeah, I think so. I've never had a problem with you.
I try to be reasonable.
I have big problems with you.
You guys are in constant competition.
There's no competition. We're both great.
Well, me and Mel, we're not in competition.
No, of course not.
We're twins, like, you know the movie Twins?
Yeah, which one's Danny DeVito?
I'm Daddy DeVito.
Oh, look at the height.
So you're always pulling scams,
Scab
God
and Fina.
Yeah, trying to call people Finas.
and you're over there,
Fina,
and you're
Fina.
Arnold over there, always saving her with kung fu and driving cars on 2 wheels.
Sounds about
first
right.
try. Look at me, my first time driving, and he's like just driving through a parking lot on 2. I love that movie, by the way. I
What
watched.
Starbucks did
Me
you go to?
too.
The one right here up the street? Because I'm going to go back over there and tell them what the hell they did here.
Yeah, I
They
did.
gave me a cup full of syrup.
I tasted it. It was sweet.
What'd you order? A cup full of
A
syrup?
medicine ball.
A medicine
Oh,
ball.
you
I
can
have
put on
no
alert,
idea.
Starbucks.
What's a medicine ball?
Yeah, tell us, Mel. What's a medicine ball?
Fuck if I know. Some bitch told me that it's good to drink when you're sick. I'm not sick. I
What?
just like
How do you know if
flavor.
it's syrupy then?
Because I've had plenty of them, and they're
Oh.
it's usually a very I like the blends because it's soft and fresh. This is sweet and sour.
It's a tea, right?
It's tea, yeah, it's tea. Medicine ball tea.
Sweet. Yeah, I don't think tea should be sweet.
See, it's citrus mint tea. Honey citrus. Try this. There's way too much honey.
I got a nitro cold brew and I asked for a venti and they said it doesn't come in that size because
You see
they're
what
too
I'm saying?
strong.
140 calories per serving.
Whoa.
That's a lot.
It's because there's
Is it?
sugar.
I don't even know.
It's because there's honey in there. That's why.
It's probably not even honey. They probably it's syrup.
Yeah.
Syrup. Honey
You should
flavored
get
syrup.
it back and be like, no sweetener.
Now them
please.
facts are right there. Can't hide it.
I thought I was ordering tea to avoid fucking calories. Thank you for Googling this, Art. I would have never known.
Hey, you're
Yeah.
welcome, everyone
There's-
out there listening.
There's
I'm here
hidden
to save and
calories in
spread the
everything.
truth.
Like sugar, man. They put sugar in shit that they don't need to. They go,
Yeah.
why you put a sugar in this? You don't need to do that.
Like what? Like what do they put? What do they put in sugar in?
Toothpaste.
Water.
They put sugar in water?
Yes.
Yep.
That's weird. Why would you put sugar in water?
To
So
make-
people will drink it.
That's where your fluoride's supposed to go.
Yeah. Fluoride, some water, sugar, fluoride. That's how you make Los Angeles water.
Oh my
You see
God.
it. We make sure it's in an old pipe from about 40, 70 years ago and well unmaintained, you know.
Speaking of old.
Oh, God.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right, so yesterday I was driving up Sepulveda, and when Sepulveda and Sawtell meet, the lanes go from 3 to 2 because there's street parking. So I went up the first lane. I needed to merge onto the second, and I didn't. There was plenty of room between me and the car behind me. And I get in front of him, and the guy starts fucking flicking me off,
He
like
gets me
out the window.
people are being nuts.
And he's flicking me off, so I start waving at him out my window. Dubs doubted him. He tried to merge on another lane. I got in front of him. Now I'm fucking with him. You flick
Yeah.
me off, now I'm gonna fuck with you. I'm not gonna flick you back off. So I'm fucking with him, and he hand gestures me to pull over. So I'm like, for sure, we can do this. So I pull over into the Bank of America parking lot, and he pulls in next to me, and he pulls it next to me to trying to talk shit to me, but his old fucking ass can't roll down his window.
Is he driving a convertible?
He's driving a fucking a Corvette, not a convertible, a Corvette.
Okay, how old is
He
this
doesn't even
man?
have
He's
a
in his 70s,
convertible
easy.
Corvette?
Oh,
70s.
he could
easy.
have had a gun mount.
Oh, he for sure. Listen. So, if something happens to me at my house, you guys, this is this old dude. So this full fucking,
That's the only person looking for you.
I know, right? He pulls up next to me and tries to pull on his window. He can't do it. So as he starts putting it down, I go, "See, you're just too old to be driving this car. You can't even control the windows. You need to get it together, old man." And he starts talking shit, and I just drive away. Like, I'm not gonna fight with this old man and his wife. And he like yells at me, "That's why your car's all fucked up. That's why your car's all fucked up." I'm like, "Yeah, my car's fucked up. You still can't drive. What are you telling me to pull over for, old man? You're gonna beat me up? I'm a girl." And he just looked at me and was all pissed off. I drove off. But I pulled into my house, ran upstairs, and I looked out the window to see if he had left, but he actually did go into the bank. And then came out. When he came out, homeboy looked up and saw me looking out the window. And he's pointing at me, telling his wife to look, and she's trying to see me, and I'm
He
waving
probably
at
was just
her.
like, stupid Mexican.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
my
waving at her,
God.
but he pulled out and just did this to me. It was so funny. He told me he was watching me, but I just thought it was really funny because this fool got all fucking mad for nothing, and I thought it was just funny.
I'm gonna be that old man. I'm already close to it, and sometimes already probably maybe displayed acts like that too already. I get crazy in the cars.
Yeah, but
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't.
I really don't like old people driving, and honestly, you've lived all these years, so you turn into an asshole. I would like to think that I'm gonna live all those years and be knowledgeable and know better than to fucking turn into an asshole.
But then you get
Like,
cranky.
You never know. Maybe they were assholes their entire lives.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
That's
true.
just
That's
always,
true.
always.
That's true. Every teacher I've met,
Yeah.
every teacher that worked at Culver City Unified School District were naturally assholes. Before and after. I even meet them now, and I was like, you guys are such assholes.
Not the teacher that I drank
Just
with,
kidding.
the lady with the big hips. He knows exactly who I'm talking about.
Her name was Miss. I won't say her name out of embarrassment, but it started with a letter from the alphabet, and she had really wide hips. Right?
She's got big ass.
I had her in like 10th grade. This is how big of an asshole I was, and I didn't realize it either. Now it sounds really dickheadish, but I walked into class one day. Yeah, she taught like career and shit like that. So I walked into class, and right away I saw her desk and her chair, and one of the arms was hanging down. And I went full Mexican. I was like, I could fix that, and I went right under there, and I fucking screwed it back on because the bolt was like in there.
Yeah.
Unscrewed it, bam, put it back on, no problem, bam. Go, I sit down. So there, she comes into class, and then she can't sit down. Because she had that removed so she could sit on a chair because she had so much ass.
She's
And I
got
felt
so
so
much
bad,
ass, bro.
dude. So she was like, oh, fuck. She couldn't sit in her chair. Then she was like standing up for a while and shit. And then she had to get that shit removed. Like, that, I felt like a dick.
Oh, man.
I thought I was being nice.
Whoa. And then from then he was like, well, this is my
I was
choice.
never nice from
Should
that
I be
point on.
nice or a dick? I'm going to be a dick.
I'm a
I've
dick.
already
Can't help
anyone.
anyone.
It comes natural.
No, but I really did feel bad. I was like, oh, now I just don't, you know.
What causes that? Because I definitely know teachers and like administrators at my school. They had like huge asses like that. Like it's
Sitting?
just like that's it. You just sit for that long. It just gets
No,
bigger.
some women are just born with hips that don't lie.
But I mean, you have to really think about it. It's a long time sitting. Like, they went through
That's
school.
like, I'm
and
keeping
then
a
continued to be in
t-shirt.
school. That's a lot of fucking
I'm
sitting.
taking
And they went to
a
extra school
t-shirt.
to be you know.
some
I don't know. I
Ladies.
sit a lot too. I'm trying though.
just have hips
Yeah.
that don't lie.
That's the truth. You know what? And I'm one of those
It's
ladies.
not like she was a big lady. She just had really big hips.
Like, you know, I'm always on that think thin type tip, but when I'm working at the bar, I hit people a lot, you know, and it's just
yeah.
like I'm maneuvering, dog. And if you see me and you ain't moving, we coming through,
You're a hockey player at heart, dude.
you know. So
Yeah.
it's true. But yeah, and the only reason why I met this teacher, by the way, the way we got, what led us to this was that Art was saying that all the teachers were assholes. Or old people.
Just a few of them.
Yeah, she was very nice. The way I met her at a beer garden drinking with her because Mel P and his daughter and her daughter go to school together now. So she was her teacher. Now they're mom friends, which is kind of funny. So I drink beer with this lady. She could take them back too.
Dude,
There you go.
So-
There's the mystery.
She could take them back.
Mystery solved.
Yep.
Yeah,
take
Takes
it
it
back.
back. It goes
That's
back.
the old people thing. I just thought it was really funny how mad this guy got. But then I thought about it. I was like, fuck, he's probably an angry veteran. This fool's going to sharpshoot me.
Hey, and you know, you get that mad in your car. Everyone gets that mad. That's why you gotta
Yeah, I don't know.
Everyone
So-
should be on motorcycles and stop being so angry.
But what was he
Speaking-
going to do? Why did he make me pull over? Like, what the fuck?
You wanted to yell at you or scare you or something.
Yeah.
You just wanted to like
he's
make
probably
you
going to be
feel
like, you
wrong.
stay here, I'm going to call the police.
You know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But speaking of old people, you had a driving incident. I had a walking incident.
Oh,
Oh, God, how to walk
lady.
again. I
So-
told you to leave that bong alone.
So this morning I went to the doctor, right? Because I had to because I think I told you guys on the podcast I'm doing like vaccination for the HPV, so it was my second shot of that. And I forgot, like I was supposed to take a P test for my physical last time and I didn't do it, so I went early to go to the lab, right? So after I did that, I went in line and I went to my normal doctor not thinking, okay, so I just went in line, right? And I'm walking fast. I just walk in the front door and then you go to another door and you get in line and the line's long. So I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm in line and all of a sudden this lady on the phone behind me, like she's this old lady, goes, it's funny how you just walked faster and got in line in front of me. How'd you just end up here in front of me? You just walked faster than me? And I was like, what? I was like, I didn't. And I had seen her, but I didn't know where she was going. She had walked in the front, you know?
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know where you were going. And in that moment, like, this line has, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 people in front of me, right? And this lady, like 3 people in front of me, turns around, just looks at me and goes, what the fuck, right? She's like excited.
they're
And I'm
egging
like,
you
I'm
on.
excited too.
Uh-oh.
So this lady, she's old, and she could tell she's like comes from privilege. She's white and like fucking tan. She's got these glasses that remind me of Harry Potter, like circles, and they come out like magnifying glasses, kind of.
You
but
better
not
watch
like
out for that
big.
shit. She has probably superpowers.
I want to take a picture of her so bad, and she goes,
You should have taken a selfie.
but it's in the doctor's office too. You know what I mean? It's
So
kind of.
what?
So, I especially want to take a picture after what she did. So she was like, that was just, I was like, oh, and immediately I was like, I didn't know where I was going. She's like, yeah, well, you walked faster in front of me and got in line. And I was like, well, I'm sorry. Would you like to get in front of me?
Oh, you're tripping.
You're so
Right?
nice, dude.
No, because I
You're
know she
tripping.
wouldn't. I'm fucking winning this whole situation. I'm winning.
I feel that.
So I
Okay.
go, oh, I'm sorry. Would you like to get in front of me? She's like, no, it was just rude. And I go, oh, okay. And I chuckle because I'm like, bitch, you're the only rude one here right now, right? So I turn around.
Yeah, she said that out loud.
And then the lady,
Sorry.
and the lady that looked at me earlier just looks and goes like, just gave me this look like, oh my God, this fucking bitch, right? And I'm like, yeah. So then she continues to talk on the phone super loud behind me.
Was she
The
talking
line-
about you?
No, she was talking to like her, like, I think she owns the property, something about there's mold in her basement, you know, and she's like trying to get it solved.
Damn, she must be rich if she has a basement.
And so she's like, okay, well, what's the number? And she's writing it down. At this point, I'm like moving forward, and I can hear her behind me loud, but I glance behind me. She is not moving with me. So I am like I'm second next in line, and she's still standing where we first got in line. And there's a line now behind her going out the door. And I'm like, that's where I want to turn around and just take a picture of this bitch. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know?
I would have walked in front. If I was the person behind her, I would have walked in front of her. But like, space and opportunity. Like,
Yeah,
what the
so, and
fuck?
I'm looking at everyone behind her, and there's like one person in front of me, and I just laugh. I just look at them, and I'm just laughing and laughing and laughing, and she's like looking at me, she's on the phone, and it's like weirdly looking at me. Everyone behind me is like, what, you're just laughing at this thing? I was like, yeah, fuck this bitch. So, I'm like, is she gonna move up? Like, what is she doing? And I'm just like, blatantly looking at her in her face laughing, and then I get called up and I'm just chuckling and go, oh, I'm here for my doctor. And then this nurse goes, oh, she's on the other side. I was like, fuck, because it's the second time I've been to this doctor, so I got in the wrong line. So I was like, oh, cool, no problem. And so I'm walking away, so she's going to the booth that I went into, and I just was like, I hope your take gets better, have a good one. And I'm just like laughing at her like,
Evil, dude.
you are such a fucking idiot. You just
Yeah, she
made
sucks.
a fool out of yourself, and all I had to do was be nice to you.
That's the best. Being nice to people is so much fun, and especially when it pisses them off, it's even more fun.
Yeah, when you can stay calm and
Yeah.
just be like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, and just like make them feel like they're still mad, but then they're like, oh God, you know, like you can't really be mad when someone's being nice, but you can because it sometimes makes you madder. And then you fucking act like a goddamn jackass. It was the best. And when the line I went into, I had to wait an extra 20 minutes because this grandma was trying to get her son to the doctor. And I was like, serves me right. But it was worth it.
Man, old people, what are we going to do with them?
I mean, the thing is I didn't even need to be in that line. And
You weren't walking fast to be like, it's not a race. And that's what this old dude did yesterday. Like, it's not a fucking race, dude. I got in front of you because I needed to, and you want to fucking flick me up. Like, this world where it's not a race, and everybody's trying to fucking. It's just weird.
Yeah,
it's just really
it's
weird.
like a hospital. Everyone's walking in, like, you know, it's a big door with like wheelchairs and going this way. So I'm just zigzagging through, not paying attention, and it didn't trip anybody. How can I cut someone off walking, my guy?
I mean, you can.
You easily can.
Yeah,
You easily can.
You've been to amusement
People cut
parks.
you off. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just
that's
gonna say
true.
Disneyland. You can.
Dude,
You
I've
can
had
cut
people like
off.
in lines like back like walk into me like I'm not like I can influence the people in front of me like
Yeah.
like and it was a little Asian
I
lady. She
hate
just
that.
started
I was there
shoving
with
me and
you.
I'm like, what the fuck is are you serious? Like I had to look at her, make eye contact, finally like face her. Like you're not gonna just keep walking into me face on,
Yeah.
which is super weird. But like it was like so like aggressive. I guess that was what I would call like passive aggressive. I don't know if that I'm using it right. But she was just like, I'm like, dude, what? Everyone has stopped. Stop pushing me. It was so weird.
People don't know personal space at all. And my dad, like at Disneyland, I had to tell my dad like to get his child because my child doesn't act like an animal at the amusement park. You're gonna stand next to me. You ain't gonna climb on shit. You're not gonna sit here and run around and bump into people. You're gonna stand your ass next to me like a person. And Camila wanted to like climb on shit, and I told her like, you're not doing that. You're not doing that because my kid's not doing that. And my dad just looked at me and he's like, you're so strict. I was like, bro,
no, you're a parent.
I'm a parent.
You're not trying to lose your kid also in Disneyland.
Yeah, that would be the wrong place to lose. Sure, I mean anywhere would be better.
I mean, when I went to Disneyland on Milo's birthday, there was during the fireworks show, there was this toddler running around, and I found it weird that I didn't see anybody like looking at him like around in the vicinity. And then once the show was over, homeboy was just running around alone. And I started yelling, somebody's kid. And Andrew's like, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, what do you mean, shut the fuck up? There's somebody's kid.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's a person.
Yeah.
Somebody lost their kid. Hello.
That's never fun.
Fuck no. God forbid.
Mm-mm.
I haven't lost Mila yet.
Dude, Cheeto. I lost Cheeto once. Remember she got out and then I was like, where's this bitch? She was outside for like 10, 15 minutes. And then I was like, Cheeto! And then she came running around the corner like a little like, what's up?
Yo, actually, I did lose Mila once, but I didn't lose her. She hid in the closet at the same time that my mom like went outside to go to walk to the store. And I didn't know. I was like, what the fuck? Mila. And I'm calling her, and homegirl stayed mute. I started freaking out. I checked the rooms. I started crying. Like, I pulled out my phone to call 911, and I'm like crying. And then I heard the little shit giggle. I was fucking pissed. I fucking gave her a no closet rule after that. I was like, oh fuck no. Hell no.
No closets.
No closet.
No closet
Nah, she
rule.
scared the fuck. And the worst part about it was that I told her dad about it, and he was like, oh yeah, she did that to us last week. We were looking for her for like 45 minutes. And I was like, hold up, my G. You mean to tell me you lost her for 45 minutes and you didn't call me to tell me? Like, he snitched on
said
himself.
anything.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's when you just find the kid.
45 minutes is nothing.
And then also, you need to share that information. Be like, she's doing this.
You
You
know,
know?
like,
Hey, when I was younger, I have a younger sister, and she was like too young to go to school, you know. And my mom, she was staying home with my mom, and my mom was cleaning out the closet. And so we had this fucked up closet with like the doorknob wasn't really like attached, but you could like put it in there to use it, right? And then it could fall out easily. And my mom was in the closet, and the door shut, and the doorknob fell out. And my little sister was just on the other side of it. I was freaking out because she couldn't get out of the closet, dude. And my cousin or something called my house, and the baby, my sister, like knocked over the phone and was like trying to talk to the phone. And then they realized, so they went over there and like got my mom out of the closet. All this while I was in school.
They got her out of the closet. That's funny.
Dude, she couldn't get out. Like her finger wasn't strong enough to like turn the little like thing in there. And she was like freaking out because she had a baby right on the other side, you know?
Yeah.
Is this the same sister that opened the presents on Christmas?
Yeah.
That's so that
All of
story.
it.
That's
So funny. It's one of my favorites.
so. One of my favorite. That one's great. And another Christmas present story that I heard over the holidays was this mom who her kid was bad, so she took all his presents, all his like everything that everyone gave him. She typed up a letter, made up like a fake email address to send emails to from Santa, and like sent him this letter that was like, no, you can't, like, please take any of his toys. You know, he hasn't been good. He's on my naughty list. He can't have any of these. And she kept it going for like a week after Christmas and just kept all his toys hidden. But like he'd go out, he'd be at like his grandparents' house, get a toy, he'd get all excited about it for a second, and then get sad and be like, thanks, but I'm not going to be able to play with it. And I was like, damn, that is good.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, let's fucking with your kid. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens, man. You can't be fuck up sometimes.
You gotta learn them lessons.
Yeah, I do. And the number one lesson is you only get in trouble if you get caught.
also, you got to worry about the kids that are being bad in December because those fools ain't scared of Santa. They ain't scared of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
You're not supposed to be
it's
scared of Santa.
Well, not scared, but like scared of not getting toys. I meant more like, you know, being on the naughty list. You know, kids are usually you would think that they want to be on their best behavior.
Well, I think coal is useful.
Yeah, energy prices are skyrocketing.
Oh my god, Toast.
Break that shit down. Cook something.
And cook something.
Roast a hot dog.
Speaking of cooking something, before this I made everybody eggs. Going back to my roots.
Yeah, it was great breakfast.
My egg making roots.
Yeah.
And now I'm
With zucchini
drinking
and
milk.
onions is delicious.
And you and she pulled, or Eric pulled a chicken egg right out from a chicken, like fresh laid.
Oh, that was so weird. It was warm, but when you popped it, it was even warmer on the inside.
Ooh,
That's cool.
It was freshly
It was
made.
like- It was
Just-
weird.
Just came out of the womb of the chicken.
Because, you know, you're used to cold eggs, right?
No,
No,
I mean-
not anymore.
Room temp eggs.
room temp for sure.
Yeah.
Which has been cold lately, so that's been fine.
I think you guys should get more chickens.
They can't.
Legally,
They
we
can
shouldn't.
get one more.
Legally, we shouldn't. Yeah, we could have one more, but it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the way it is right now.
Yeah, they're good.
I think we need 24 more chickens.
I think I might.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should get some.
Can I buy one?
What do you mean, from us or just in general?
And keep it
I
here.
buy one for here. I lost my girl,
I mean, I guess you could.
That's
I
true.
wouldn't stop you. I wouldn't stop you.
Mel C. Jr.
Melcy.
Imagine
Rest
it's a
in
man
peace.
again. That'd be fucking hilarious. I'd keep that rooster in my apartment.
We'll send it back.
I wonder what these. I wonder what these hens would do with a baby chick around.
Oh, eat it?
They'd probably eat it.
They probably try to. I'd imagine.
I don't think they'll
No,
try to
they
eat
wouldn't
it.
eat
They're
it.
gonna take care of it.
Would they.
I don't know.
I mean, they hoard
that
their
might cut them
eggs.
to brood. We'll look into
Yeah.
that. If anyone has any suggestions, please write in or let us know. If there's any like chicken experts listening to this, you guys, what would happen if you introduce
Yeah.
a baby chick to these hens?
For these hens, yeah.
These are questions that I would ask my grandpa.
I guess you probably just let it in when it's a little bit older.
Yeah, I mean, it'd have to be off the heat lamp and stuff.
Has to get in
for
the
sure.
pecking order.
Yeah, get in the back. I don't know, or maybe it's a badass chicken. It'll boss up on all the other ones.
That's what they do.
Like I'm younger.
Oh yeah,
Spry.
congratulations.
Oh, I was just thinking, because you said younger, I have another old person driving story.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I'm going to tell you real quick. It's easy. It's quick and easy. So I was driving to the freeway when I lived in Mid-City, and I'm like 2 blocks from the freeway, and this guy just got mad at me for some reason, so he's yelling at me. I don't know why, because I was just driving
Did you
in.
cut them off?
I was just driving in the same lane for 2 blocks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't
Maybe
know.
you're going hella slow or something.
Maybe I don't know.
I
was
like
in
how
traffic.
I like how you pick up like from the beginning of Fight Club. Like, yeah, there's a gun in my mouth.
Yeah.
This asshole's put it there. I don't know why.
Yeah. I don't know why he's like getting all mad at me. So he just starts yelling at me and then like gesturing, and then he does like a suck a dick gesture, you know?
Oh yeah, we all know that.
Oh
one.
no, not suck a dick, like a jack off one, like this.
Oh,
And he was
yeah.
old?
easier
Yeah,
to do.
he was like in his late 50s, early 60s, older, right? And and he was in like a nice Lincoln black car, and his window was down. So I rolled my window down, and I was like, yeah, right, like you could still do that anymore. And the look on his face was just like, I think I hit it right on the head. Like,
Damn.
oof.
That's cool.
That's funny put it.
What if he was telling you he was just finished?
Yeah, maybe he was
Just
doing it right
finished.
now. Yeah.
He was doing it in the air. He was like, air guitaring, a hand job. I can't talk all of a sudden.
I bet there's some like Reiki master that can, actually use that to work. Like.
And then I told him, I was like, I hope you feel better. And then I just turned right onto the freeway, like, fuck you. But he was just like, ugh. It made me feel good. Like, I lived off that high for like 3 days.
Well, you heard
know?
it here, folks. Old people are dangerous. Watch out for them.
They are. Dude, remember that
And
old person
Serafina.
drove through the Santa Monica farmer's market?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
My mom called me to make sure I was okay. That was like back in the day where anything happened in LA or around LA, my
Is
mom
that
would
when
be like,
that old fool
"What
hit
happened?"
Reese Witherspoon, or was that a different old fool?
Wait, someone.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that bitch got hit by an old person driving.
Damn. Well,
Did she?
Mel threw out an old person that was trying to pick a fight with me the other day.
at Chinema?
Yeah. It was just this old drunk guy, and he was fine. He was just old and drunk and talking to everybody. But he kept, whenever he would want to talk to me, he kept tapping me, on my arm, and I don't like that. Like, I don't like being repeatedly tapped, and I especially don't like it if I don't know you. So I mentioned something to him
I didn't like him anyway.
a couple of times. Like, I was just like, hey man, like, can you please? I don't like being tapped. Like, please don't do that. Like, I mentioned things
Like,
a couple
stop
of
touching
times.
me, fool.
Eventually he's walking around, he goes and starts talking to Brian Adams, and Brian Adams, is sitting there talking to him for a while, and then finally just has to look at him and goes, I can't understand a thing you're saying. Like, you're not making any sense right now. Like, you're drunk. And he goes, oh, I'm not drunk. What's wrong with being drunk? And Brian goes, there's nothing, but I just can't understand what you're saying, man. That's all. He goes, oh, I guess I am a little drunk. So he comes back over later and he taps me again, and I was just like, I looked at him, I'm just like, hey man, please, like, stop tapping me. Like, this is the third or fourth time I've told you that. And this is when he gets angry and tells me that he's a vet and that he starts calling me a ginger, and I think he said he was gonna kick my ass, and Melania had finally had enough. Because I couldn't do anything but laugh at, like, it was like this, like, he was 75 years old,
But he
was like wasted,
And he's trying to fight
and
you.
he's like, yeah,
Trying
like,
to fight him after he already had told Zach about fucking guns and was seeing. This fool was crazy.
yeah, like, it's just, yeah.
Like,
It's
he
sad,
started,
but lots of people are crazy.
he
I
tried to
guess.
fight Eric, and I was like, "You gotta go now. You gotta go now." And I was walking him out the door, and then right before we got to the door, he tried to fucking like get past through me because Eric was laughing probably, or I don't know what the fuck, but he was still angry that he was getting kicked out, and he just got a little too close, so I had to shove his old ass out. And then another guy got kicked out on Saturday too. Old white man.
What
It's a
did he get
nuisance.
kicked out for?
Her racism does not reflect the views of mature adult time entertainment. I just want you guys all to know. You could find her on
Most
Instagram.
old white men suck.
We just said, can we just say old people? We don't have to be racist on the show.
I'm not racist.
We don't even
I
have to
love
be
all
ageist.
people.
Most people suck. Like,
Most people.
People just in general are really
Right.
shit.
We're people.
So then it
That's
doesn't
fair.
make sense to say
I'm
most
just saying,
white
why am
men
I the
suck.
voice of reason?
All I'm saying is this dude at the
that's
bar,
really
I
fucked
asked him to
up.
get out of
Saying the same thing,
I
you're
said,
not the voice
excuse me. I
of
said, excuse me. I said, excuse me. The man wouldn't get out the way. I told him I didn't want him to stand where he was standing, and he turned around and fucking lowered himself to my, because he's tall, put his face to my face and was like, I don't give a fuck what you want. And I saw myself kick his ass. I saw myself jump on his big ass and just, I want, like, seriously, I
Should
wanted
have
to
grabbed
attack.
the back of his head and gave him a flying knee.
I wanted to
Bam!
attack, dude. So
That's
I
called the
fucking
stop
said,
sign.
I'm gonna call the police. Like, I was a Karen. I Karen so hard. Like, he fucking just said the wrong thing to me. And I was like, I'm calling the popos, motherfucker, because if not, the 911's gonna have to come over here. And, yeah, I was gonna get him escorted out by the police.
Did he leave?
Well, my boyfriend walked in the front door as I was on the phone describing him to the police, and then I thought about it, and I thought it'd be way better, and I'd get way more satisfaction seeing a young black kid kick him out. And it did. It made me happy because he was humiliated. And at first, everybody stopped, and everybody looked at Terrence like he was the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And then they saw that I was asking him to get him out.
Mm-hmm.
And the man, like, tried to, like, fight him or told him to come outside, and Terrence was like, okay, sir, after you.
Yeah, and then you locked
chested
the
him
door.
and chested him out. Just chested him out. And the two women that the dude was with didn't even leave with him. They stayed.
How old was
Probably a
this fool?
spy.
This was like in his 60s too. He was in the 60s. He was older, and he was a rude. He was a meanie. He was a meanie, and they
Should know
like,
better. You should have proper etiquette out in public situations when you're at that age.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you should know
If
better.
children,
Not
yeah,
hard.
if children can do it. Yeah, people just need to remember to be nice to people.
You know, it'd be
out there.
funny.
You know, like, just be nice and be happy.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that Serafina's stories. Though she always tells us, or she's been saying that she always wishes these people well at the end. I really like that. I hope to get there one day because honestly, it makes me feel really good to just tell them to fuck off.
Serafina has
But that's how
inspired
you
me.
say it.
I think we should put old people on leashes, like how the children are.
Like
fuck
Cheeto,
So you-
like
yes,
her cat.
like her cat, or how you see like
My
people do it to
baby
young children. Like,
Cheeto.
no, don't do it to children. Do it to old people. So when they get a little crazy, you can just pull them by their leash.
just pull
Hey, come on, just get out here and tie you up to the little post out here, and you can just relax for a little bit.
No,
Don't wander away.
Our,
Because they're always all these old people out here medicated up.
I think we
getting
should go
fucked
back to spanking.
up, talking trash,
Except they probably like it.
dropping their canes everywhere and shit. I don't know. Quit.
you're ridiculous.
What about
Art,
an Uber? What about Uber something that what?
Can I ask you a question?
No. Yes. Yeah.
Actually,
Go
I
for
gotta
it.
tell you something.
All right, let me know.
The calls coming from inside the house.
It's not even my hit. I don't have it. Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, this has been a great podcast. Huh?
What?
What's going on?
I didn't get this lingo.
I was just gonna say, do you know what that means?
No, is that an old person thing?
So the calls coming from inside the house is a reference to a scary movie, right? It's the girlfriend or the babysitter, you know?
It's way before that.
Scream? Was it
There
a
was
Scream thing?
yeah, but there's a scary thing way before that. There's an old movie about that, and it was like an old scary story too.
Yeah.
It's out.
Oh, okay.
But it's about a babysitter. It's a babysitter,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
And
it's like a horror shit.
yeah,
right?
the babysitter keeps getting creepy phone calls.
Yeah,
And there's a guy inside.
and it's like, where's the call coming from? Where's the call coming from? And they trace it back, and the call's coming from inside the house, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But it's to this babysitter. So when you're sitting on a bowl or you're like not passing weed, like you what I usually say, like, oh, babysitter's clever, like you're babysitting, right? You're babysitting the bowl, like you're sitting on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so then when I say like calls coming from inside the house, it's
So
just
Art knows
referencing to the
this joke of
babysitter.
yours because I've never heard that before.
It just makes sense. You just have to do that math.
Yeah,
I'm
it
always
does
just
make
like,
sense.
Smoke that weed.
Mic
please,
check.
Frank.
Hurry up. Pass that shit. Yeah, you know.
Right away, the call's coming from inside the house. Right away, you think babysitter. What am I
Yeah.
babysitting? Where's the blunt?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, pat, pat, pat.
Yeah.
I guess. Now that you said it, I'll think about
You have
that.
to know
But
the
now I'm like,
stories.
what the fuck?
It's an ancient, old school story that comes after telephones,
But before,
so it's not that ancient.
Landline.
before
It's
Totally, it's a landline joke.
It's a
If,
land-
you gotta know what
landline
landlines
joke.
are, man.
cell phone.
He's like, why don't you just ping it? It's probably to someone upstairs. Like,
Hey,
no,
dude,
no.
I fucking, man, I remember landlines because my fucking invasive ass mom had, like, we had two phones, one in her room, one in the living room, and this bitch would, like, listen to my phone calls, and I could tell when she was, but I couldn't let her know that I knew, so I had, like, codes, so I'd, like, tell people, if I told Lorena, my back hurts, and that's still, like, if I say my back hurts, she knows not to say shit on the phone, nothing incriminating.
She just turned 30.
She turned 30 today, it's her birthday,
Yeah,
30th
happy
birthday. Happy
birthday.
birthday, Lorena.
Oh, happy
Well, don't
birthday,
think they're
Lorena.
recording you, but yes, happy birthday, Lorena.
And like my little boyfriend, if I said 435, he knew my mom was listening, and we would stop talking. That's I remember landlines.
435.
Yeah, that was April 3rd, 2005 was the day he asked me to be his girlfriend.
Oh my god.
Gay.
Art.
I meant happy.
I remember my Nana's house. She had a phone that was like on the wall phone where you like do this, but it had a cord that could go to any room in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
Every
like
Nana had that.
long
Yeah.
as
My grandma had that. For sure.
Every grandma had that shit.
Dude, mine had in the hallway, she had one of those super fancy phones that was like, it looked, yeah, it had the rotary, but it was like, like it looked like it was made of like ivory and
Yeah.
gold and all like bent and like had the scoop and shit. And I remember like, I loved just picking it up and hanging it up because it had the two little prongs to catch the phone. It was like heavy. Like you would never carry this thing. Like if a cell phone weighed that much, you'd be like, fuck this phone. This was just a handle, dude. Like you could just crush things with it. That's when people would hang up for real. Like, you know how now
Could
people,
hear people
good
hang
day,
up on you.
sir.
because people are like, why are you calling it hang up? Because instead of ending
Yeah,
the call.
because you hang. You
Because you used to hang
the
that
phone.
shit like bam,
Yeah,
That was
that's true.
sturdy
It's
as
not
fuck.
as fun now. You just hit the button.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense. Hang up. What do you mean? Like, what do you? You're not hanging
You're turning
anything.
stuff off.
That's why you gotta throw your phone when you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get more
Turn it
satisfaction
off.
out of it.
I don't know. Phones are crazy. I remember growing up, our neighbor had her name was Babe, but like everyone thought she was a dude.
I thought it was. I was thinking she was a pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you grew up on a farm.
No,
No
and
disrespect to
everyone
pigs.
thought she would
Sorta like
like we would go out to dinner and everyone would be like, "Oh, sir," and she wouldn't correct it. She was like the transgender like
Oh,
friend
man.
of mine growing up. I didn't even know what it was.
She was going
Really.
through a struggle.
But so she had a phone. She was obsessed with like Disney, and she had a Mickey Mouse phone that I was like, what? And then I got a Garfield phone growing up. Remember the phones
That's
that used to be
cool.
like fucking things?
Dude,
My cousin
you
had
were
a
so
Chuck.
old. 20 years later, I was born.
Fuck you, Art. You were born 20 years before you.
Garfield
piece of
phone?
shit. A Garfield. What, you don't know about Garfield?
Everyone knows about Garfield. He was around since before the dawn of time. 83.
What?
That's
Okay,
when I
you're
came
not
in.
making.
That's when time started for me. That's how I measure it.
1783.
Back in my day, I wanted wooden dentures. All right.
And didn't you watch Garfield and Friends before school or something?
I watched a bunch of things, and Garfield and Friends was never one of them.
Really?
Me neither.
I watched.
Did
I
you
watched
watch
it. I was
Garfield
more
and
of
I
a,
watched Garfield.
Did
I
you
was
watch
more-
Felix the Cat,
I
old
watched,
lady?
I watched Heathcliff. Okay, I was more of a
Fuck you,
Heathcliff
Mel.
guy.
And no, I didn't.
Oops, sorry.
Yes, you did.
I
No,
I was a
I didn't.
Heathcliff guy. Heathcliff was causing trouble in the neighborhood, and that was right up my alley.
I also watched that.
I'm pretty sure you watched Felix the Cat.
Oh man, Heathcliff was a dope ass cat, dude. That was probably one of my favorite cat shows growing up. Eek the Cat was also cool. It's just like this cat was like freaking out about everything.
Y'all had a lot of cat shows. Tom and Jerry's
That's
your
two.
time too, right?
Thundercats is probably
No,
top.
Tom and Jerry is
Tom and Jerry's
way
always
before.
existed, but I've seen them. But those to me were like the old cartoons.
Well, all of this stuff has new, like Tom and Jerry is new stuff. Like everything is new.
In the 80s, they made Return of or Junior version of every cartoon possible.
Oh, yeah.
There was like the New Adventures
the
of the
Muppet-
Smurfs.
Muppet
and the
Babies.
Babies.
Loved Muppet Babies, dude.
Muppet Babies.
Tiny Toons.
Oh yeah, Tiny Toons.
Bunch of shit was going in, man. You
Oh,
guys
yeah.
write in, tell us what cartoons you remember from those ancient days of Serafina's teenage years.
Gumby.
Art.
I love Gumby.
I'm Gumby, damn it. Art. Fuck
Fun
you.
fact, I had a life-size Gumby when I was little, and that was who I made out with.
Ew.
Every little girl fucking
Fun
made out
fact.
with one of their toys. Don't lie like you
I'm
did.
putting that up there with incest. Gumbophilia.
It was an edible Gumby.
It wasn't an edible Gumby. He was a big plush dude.
Still have them?
Oh.
No, my mom got it.
No, it's probably all moldy in the mouth. Why is
I didn't
this
like
mouth
lick my-
growing mold?
Stupid. I like made out with him, not like that. But I like
That's
my
only-
pretend.
You could have used kiss, and I wouldn't have thought of slobber. I think of makeout. I think of slobber. I think you're an amateur. First of all, definitely you're not good at it. Or you
What?
practice at kissing. You're
You
practicing on a
practice
You're
doll.
kissing a Gumby.
Yeah, a Gumby.
that's-
Practicing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you
unless
should be an
end
expert.
up dating a Gumby.
I'm just reading the situation. Yeah. Who's gonna date a Gumby?
Wait,
Pokey.
Melania, can I ask you why you chose Gumby?
I'm gonna go with because he was the same size as me.
Oh,
Made sense.
size. Was he the
Size
correct
matters,
size?
folks. You've heard it here first. We had a breakthrough. No. All
Oh,
right.
man. What? So what?
I don't know.
what, Art?
Coffee you got me is really amping me up, man. This is some good stuff.
A latte?
It's a lot of good
I asked
stuff.
Art what he wanted, and he said a coffee. And then he said latte, cafe latte with a shot. And I'm like, what? So I had to call him and be like, what the fuck do you want, sir?
A
Sorry.
cafe latte with a shot of espresso.
I go to
Well,
King's
it already
Cafe.
comes with a shot of espresso.
See, I didn't know that. I go to King's Cafe, and my homie, Omi, the homie, takes care of me every time.
Every
Omi
fucking
the homie
time.
got a haircut.
fucking
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yep, looks awesome.
He's a handsome man.
Shout out to Omi the homie.
And shout out to King's Cafe, too, man. The drinks are great. Food's great. Everything's great.
Yep.
All the things great.
And if they weren't, I'd be the first one to say it, because I hate when things aren't great.
So that explains why you hate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Constantly. I wouldn't
America's not
say I
great
hate it.
anyway.
I'm very critical of myself so I can live the best me, which is going to be fat American.
Oh my god. Oh Jesus.
How's your cold brew, Fina?
My cold brew is good. Like I said,
Barely
I wanted.
touched it.
Well, I'm talking.
All right, fair enough.
Like I didn't. Well, I'm not trying to sit here slam my coffee, but I ordered a venti, and they said I couldn't have a venti because it's so strong. I'm like, isn't this America? I can't live my life.
That's
How do you
crazy.
know I'm not
How do you-
sharing it with someone?
That's
Yeah, it
crazy.
sucks when people come in and
Yo,
enforce weird
hold
rules
on,
you.
time out. Speaking of enforcing weird rules, I went to this all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant
Go on.
with Ewan and Zach, and
Ooh, I want to
and
go.
it wasn't it wasn't that like it was decent. They had one thing that was bomb on the menu, but there's a rule, so you can only order every customer's allowed one. So it's a salmon collar. And it's big. It's about this big. It's fried, but I don't even know how they cook it, but it's crispy on the outside, super juicy salmon on the inside.
Probably better air fried.
It serves with miso, like a miso dressing and a lemon.
Ooh,
That
yeah.
was bomb as fuck. I'll tell you that right now. That was so good, but
Alright,
you're only
sounds
allowed
tasty.
one, right? So we're eating, and Ewan and Zach are like, yeah, we got to finish all our food because they'll charge us if we don't finish. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And Terrence had got off of work, so he was going to meet us there. And it was the same night that I made that Cajun pasta, so I had some. And I was like, I texted him like, this place is all right, but it's not worth the 30 hots. Let's just tell me when you're in the parking lot. I'm going to roll a blunt, and you can eat my pasta. And I don't know if he thought that I just didn't want him to. I don't know what it was, but I think he got weirded out. Like I didn't want him to come inside. So homeboy's like, no, I'm gonna eat in there. Like whatever, come in then. If you don't fucking trust me, fool, go for it. So he's like, I'm gonna eat one of yours. I was like, you can't. If you eat one of mine, they're gonna charge you as an all you can eat. And he's like, they're not watching me. I swear to you guys, this lady, the
moment.
second he
Yeah.
walks
Always
in,
watching.
she stands right there and she's watching him. So he orders one roll, and I'm getting full. And I look at the lady and I said, yeah, excuse me, can I get the check, please? And this bitch goes, I'm not gonna give you your check until you finish all your food. And it fucking took me a second. I was sober. I wasn't drinking, and I had to like really think about like, bitch, did you just tell me you're not gonna give me my check? Like,
Yeah, then I'm out. See you
Then I'm-
later.
and
Like you're
yeah.
holding you hostage.
yeah. And so then it pissed me off, and I like said it out loud. I was like, I'm gonna get my fucking check right now, or I'm gonna get my ass up and walk away. Like, I'm a fucking adult.
Yeah.
And she walked up to like her manager, this other guy, and he comes. And I was like, I don't want to talk to you. I want my fucking check. He's like, well, we got to charge us. I don't give a shit what you got to do. I didn't ask for that. I'm an adult, and when I ask for something, I expect it. Or I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk out and not pay. I would have gone out and walked out and not paid, but I knew Ewan was not going to do that. But it just, I could not believe them.
How much was left?
Not even a lot. Not even like a couple of pieces. 6 pieces
Of rolls?
of rolls, like cut rolls.
That's reasonable. They should let you be leaving on that.
Yeah, that place sounds whack.
It was one
What's
of
the
the
name of it?
craziest things. I don't even know.
They should have just brought you the check and bust the table.
Yeah.
If their policy is you can't take anything home, then bust the table.
Yeah.
They say you want the check, all right. Send the bussers
Get
and
the
then
Take my shit, yeah.
get
do the
check
math and
come
charge
over.
me what you want to charge me.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta charge me.
If you're gonna contest it, you'll do it once you see
Did
that
they
shit.
charge you an
Yeah,
extra?
it's $3 extra per
Oh, they
person.
broke your banks full.
Yeah,
Man, fuck
it was
that.
like $3 per person extra. So it was $9 total
Well, at least you had a good
For
meal.
not eating 6 pieces.
for not eating 6 pieces. But still,
Stupid.
okay, if that's your policy, Zach and Ewan told me that when we got there. And the rolls that were left over weren't mine either. And like, cause I ordered some and I didn't know what they were gonna have. They had cream cheese in them and I don't fucking like cream cheese.
But if you pay for them, then you can take them home.
Yeah.
No.
If I pay for them, they're mine. I'll do whatever I
Well,
want.
Terrence started eating them.
What's the extra for then? Like what? The charge extra is to take it home, right? Like, all right, I had my all you can
They
eat
should
charge,
charge-
but this
yeah,
is what I'm
then you
taking
take
home
it home.
now.
Yeah.
You're gonna charge me for that,
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
and now I'm
you
taking it
keep
home.
That
No,
makes
Zach
sense to me.
Zach and I made a scene because Zach was getting crazy. I thought Zach was gonna attack this guy for a second because the guy kept on trying to talk and
Well,
Zach's
Zach's
like,
got jujitsu.
I want
dude.
your manager.
See, there you go. See, that's already like he knows the laws better than me.
We stormed out of there. And Reed left. I'll never go back there. I'm like, don't tell me. Oh, it's just weird to have weird rules that way. Tell me no.
Yeah. That's pretty fucked up, for sure.
Well, there you go, guys. Don't eat at that place.
Yeah.
I don't even know the
Whatever it's
restaurant.
called.
All you can eat sushi. I'm Lincoln and
There you
Rose.
go. You heard it. Lincoln and Rose. Fuck that place. Unless you're into paying for food you can't take home.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get the policy, but
Yeah, but you
I
don't
don't get
have
what
to be
you
that
fools are
strict
doing.
because you're gonna lose customers. Like that's nuts.
Just
Yeah.
give me my check and charge me
especially
without
if
being.
it wasn't that
yeah,
good.
you just gotta do it.
If it was, even if it like, especially if it wasn't worth it, you know.
It wasn't worth it. The salmon collar was bomb. Like that salmon collar was bomb, and I will think about it.
Just be nice,
Ooh, that's
be
making
nice.
me think of.
There's
what-
wallabies eating carrots out there online.
Dude, there's over like I saw today. There's like a lot of animals died in Australia.
Billions, right?
Yeah, like over 1 billion.
I'm just curious now
imagine?
because Australia is obviously part of the UN, right? Correct? Am I wrong?
Yeah, didn't you hear about the what's his name of the UN was on vacation this whole time
Oh, their prime
in
minister.
Hawaii? Yeah, the prime minister.
Yeah, but yeah, I did hear that. But also I was thinking, if those numbers keep going up and like hit the right amount of numbers, then it's like a crisis, right? Then they get a big check from all the other countries, right? Like an aid check.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm just curious. I'm just wondering how Australia's gonna, what they're gonna do with all that money.
Just what? Okay, Art.
What are you gonna rebuild the forest? Like it's all like pretty much wildlife that's burning and shit. I do feel bad for the people, of course. All that it's just like really sad, but like what do you do with all that money?
Art, you're a fucking idiot. I can't with you. How? What the fuck?
Can I have some of your water, Arthur?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do with all that money? It's like devastation just came across you, and you and you don't even know if they're getting money. This is all.
They're gonna get money.
Ugh.
I hope they start
It's
taking
people like you.
sad.
This is what's
There are
wrong.
rumors that there's a firefighter being suspected of starting some of those.
Oh yeah, no, there's not rumors. They got him. They tracked. There was.
Was it a
or like-
firefighter?
I don't even know if
I
it's
didn't know
real.
it was a
Wait, first of
firefighter.
all, I want to say that
I know
this story
because
that I'm about
Eric-
to say, I don't know if it's real
Yeah,
or not.
okay.
I know
Fake
Eric.
news.
Fake.
So-
It might be
but
fake
in
news,
this,
but I
in
read
this
it.
story, this is really funny. In this story, there's a firefighter that has a tracking beacon on his ankle because he's out on parole or something. Or,
Oh, he was like a sex offender.
yeah, because he was a sex offender, so he's out on parole for sex offense charges or whatever. Probably guilty if he's wearing this ankle bracelet. But he's wearing an ankle bracelet, and he goes and sets a bunch of fires, I guess, to get work or something. I don't know. And
he was tracked.
they tracked him like, hey, this guy's here, the fire starts there. Hey, this guy's here, the fire starts there. It's like, I don't know if that's real or not, but that's a funny story.
Also, I tried to look it up when you said it
Cool
because it
story,
was
bro.
in the Sun, which I always take with a grain of salt. But when I looked it up, just typing in like firefighter sex offender turns up way more hits than I thought it should.
Oh,
Like it's just
They probably
interesting.
meant sexy offenders.
Yeah, sexy. Because all the firefighters I've seen.
They're
All
sexy
fire
as fuck.
people.
And paramedics
Fire
too.
people,
Mhm.
okay?
Dude, my mom had us like they had to call the paramedics and 911 because my mom had like a seizure at my work once,
See, firefighters are more sexually
and
offended.
they came over, and I was like, dude, look at I'm almost like I was trying to make my mom happy. I was like, well, it's okay, Mom. At least you got to talk to these fine ass men.
Honestly, I've called the paramedics twice now living in Culver City, and both times I was freaking out, but they were sexy. And then when they calmed me down, I was just like, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
For your service.
But they calmed me down.
what did they call
Yeah.
What did they
They like
Well, I called the
hands
first time I called for Mila's breathing, and they came and checked all her vitals, and they were like, her vitals are perfect. Like, she's fine. And the second time, I was having a panic attack. But I don't know if it was a panic attack or if it was the mushrooms that I had eaten.
You
Oh
called
my
the
God.
paramedics because you were on mushrooms?
Well, I forgot about the mushrooms till the paramedics got there and started asking me what I was been doing all night. And I was like, oh shit. Like 3 hours ago, I fucking took some drops of that mushroom tincture that I had, but I was laying down chilling like all day. I wasn't tripping. It felt good. I was laying down watching TV, and all of a sudden I felt like I couldn't breathe. Like there was something on my chest. It was fucking all out of nowhere. So I don't know if it was the mushrooms. I don't know what the fuck it was, but could have been anything.
Oh my God. That's so funny. But they do calm me down because they look into your eyes. They make you feel like you're the only one in the world. you
No,
know,
they checked
that
my shit and was like,
matters.
bitch, you're tripping.
And then they're like, how are you feeling? You good? And I'm like, yeah, can I just go back home? Can you carry me? Yeah. Can I sit on your lap, sir?
You know,
Right,
I've
Art?
never been.
Don't you
I've
feel
never
that
been
way?
into.
Definitely.
I've never been into male strippers, but if I ever have a bachelorette party, I think I might need one guy to come in as a fireman.
I want an authentic fireman who's stripping on the side.
That too.
Let's go in on one. We don't need a special
Would you
occasion.
care if that was
the
a
time is
trans?
now.
Like if it was used to be a woman and now is a man firefighter? Would that bother you?
I mean, I wanted to see it. No, I don't. No, you know what? That's a weird question. I don't
Yeah,
even know
that
how to
is a
answer
weird
that.
question.
It would. I don't need to know that information. This is just
Yeah.
somebody I want to look at to look good. What the fuck that they came from or how they got there. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a
As long-
good answer, and that's why I
Touche.
agree with that.
As long as they
But
have a
that
dick.
is a weird question.
Is that what it's good? That's what you want? As long as they have a dick? Wherever it came from?
Well, this is what I said for a visual and a fantasy. I
Yeah.
wasn't talking about doing this person.
That was a trap
Mm-hmm.
question. You got to watch out for them in 2020. They're coming your way, everyone.
That question.
They're going to be fast. They're going to be crazy. They're Phoenix Lighting Sages. All right.
Sages. All right, guys. Well, is there anything else anyone would like to share? Did your intentions come true?
What?
I forgot what I even thought about.
Hey, I'm just happy for all these views and likes we've been getting. Keep it up, fellas and ladies. In that
Oh
order.
yeah, do it. Have we been getting any phone calls?
No.
We have not. We have not.
Whoever calls and leaves us a message, we'll send you.
Yeah, we have a sweet gift for you.
Yeah, we have a little package.
All these stickers you'll get.
So be the first one. You got to at least You gotta leave us a message at least 2 minutes long.
I want to know the phone number one more
don't do
time.
that.
424
I will not listen to it.
272 8763.
Hey, Mel, what number was that?
424 272 8763.
Call us, fool. But don't call us Shirley.
Collect.
All right. Sayonara.
later,
See you
guys.
later.
I want to say it in a porn star like kind of voice.
Ew, gross.
Okay.
Say it in any voice
Yeah,
you
please
want,
do.
I guess. Yeah.
Hi, guys. Please call us at 424-272-8763.
That's your porn
That
voice?
sounded like a librarian.
Yeah, what do you watch?
I'll work
Tranny
on
porn? Bye.
See ya.
Later, fools.
Bye.
Thanks, Maj.
Are we going to take a photo?